Phải còn một người ngồi đây đi.
William Shakespeare is a very talented man, known for his various works of literature in the world. His work include poems, plays, and sonnets. William Shakespeare was born in Chelmsford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire, England. His traditional birthday was April 23, 1956. He lived more than 400 years ago. According to Branham, Baptist was on April 26, so April 23rd is a good guess and a tidy one. Since that day is also the Georgia Day as well as the day of Shakespeare's own death. Even though Shakespeare had many problems at the first time he stepped in the job, but his greatest early popularity came from the two narrative poems, Venus and Adonis, 1953, and The Rape of Lewis, 1954. Shakespeare's writing style were very different than others at that time. He used many metaphors and rhetorical phrases. He was a great writer who has the most influence in the world. Most of his plays were known to be quite funny. According to Branham, the two portraits of Shakespeare portray two parts of his nature. On one hand, he proposed demands in intellectual curiosity about motivations and actions of people. This curiosity plus his facility with language enabled him to write his masterpieces and to create characters who are better known than some important Shakespeare William, the main figures in the world history. The legacy that he left was rich and beautiful. He wrote a huge number of plays and poems. He really clearly with his words and pictures in his plays and poems. He can translate his work into other languages and different cultures. At the Middle Age, William Shakespeare was one of the most important literary figures of the English language. William Shakespeare was portrayed as a greatest English writer in the world. His father was a successful businessman and his mother, Mary, was a landowner in his hometown. He was raised in a fairly family. He was educated at grammar school. His curriculum was include memorization, writing, and acting classical Latin plays. A few years after he left school, when he was 18 years old, he married with a woman older than him, that is Anna Hathaway, and they had 3 children who are Susan, Hamlet, and Juliet. His life is around 2 locations, Stratford and London. He brought a real poverty in his hometown, but he worked at London, where the center of English theatre. Every year in London, people saw Shakespeare introduce many plays according to Mazzano. He continued to work on various dramatic products, collaborating with younger playwrights on a number of scripts. In 1590, Shakespeare began writing sonnets. He releases 154 poems, was published in 1609. He was an important member in the theatre, and he very financially responsible for his drama he wrote. Shakespeare is a good symbol of character in our humanity. His work really impressive and beautiful. He wrote 38 dramas revolving in history, tragedy, comedies, and tragic comedies. His first play that brought success for him was the love story of Romeo and Juliet, and the play became really famous until now. And then he totally continued to focus on history. According to Lucy, Shakespeare throughout 1599 began to write works of increasing complexity, challenging his audiences to pay attention to him rather than to easy listening plays of his rivals. Like Henry VI, Richard II, and Henry V, he made a great resounding in Roman politics at a time when England engaged no match. Shakespeare also wrote several comedies like Witty Romance and Midsummer Night's Dream, and The Romantic of Venus, The Witty and Wordplay of Much Ado About Nothing, The Charming As You Like It, and Twelfth Night. After sitting Henry, he started writing about tragedies and tragic comedies. That he wrote the tragic Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. Shakespeare's character present vivid impression of human temperament that are timeless and universal. Possible the best known of the plays is Hamlet, which explores betrayal, retribution, instead and moral failure. Lucy says, "We don't have to see all that much of Shakespeare himself. He's only subtly visible to waken different versions of his sonnets. For example, he reworking Hamlet in the autumn. He leaves behind him a trail of past that are still visible in his survived versions, and Shakespeare voice them out for us with a consistently light touch." In William Shakespeare's final period, he wrote several tragic comedies. Among them are Cyber Life and the Winter Tale and the Tempest. To sum up, William Shakespeare was an Englishman who wrote poems and plays. He was labeled as one of the greatest dramatists in the world has ever known, and the fictional poets who wrote in the English language. The legacy that he left was rich and varied. Shakespeare prospered financially from his writing and acting.
Done chưa?